So we definitely had that gap down, pretty sharp gap down over the weekend, and then price swings right around the open here where we swung right back with this big move off of a key support level. Let's make this the Emperor support level here. The Emperor support level will be important on multiple one-day charts probably. Hey Hermes, coming to say hello, huh? Just in time. Right, so we established support and then this big move out of the open here. Then we have the Princess of Swords. Oh, first off, let me mark that. And since it's a trump, I make it a thick bar. The Emperor's kind of like an earth energy. So I use brown for the element of earth or the discs suit. Let's put two of them there because it's really more like a range, not just like one price, more like a range. So we'll do that. And then I'm going to notate it. Right, so there's the Emperor, and then we have the Princess of Swords. Let's mark that off as well. Swords, suit of swords is in yellow. It's not a trump, so I go back to normal lines. And let's say it's a move here, and then this resistance. Off on that peak. That peak's a little bit off. I mean, there's a peak here before this sharp drop. It's a brief peak that's easily missed. So I guess we're not completely off. We're just off a little bit on the timing. We have it more at like 12, a little after 12, and it looks like it took place at 2 o'clock, right on the dot, actually. So these cards kind of got blended together, but that's what was happening. Sideways rally along, a rally along a diagonal trend line that ends with a fast sudden move higher, and then a breakdown through that diagonal trend line. And it was a brief peak, easily missed, followed by a decline through multiple supports. 1, 2, and then out of that decline, which took us to another low, we had a low, a high, and a low. Took us to another low. There's a big move out of that trough to reach for a distant resistance, i.e. not the next resistance, which would have been here, and then there would have been this one. We reached all the way up here to this resistance, which really we could say that's the Princess of Swords, which I needed to mark off. We're going to make that a range as well. Where are you going, Hermes? He's sitting on my lap. So cute. Ugh. He's asleep. Hey guys. Hey Robert, on early, are ya? Hey you. Do I think that BTC will recover its price or have a rally today in the evening Eastern time? Let's take a look. Hermes, you can't rest on my mouse. Do you want to lay down here? Sorry guys, he's a little restless. You want to lay down here? You big mess maker. Oh, there you go. He found his spot. All right, so Bitcoin. I just laid the September readings last night. Probably should open the July one, actually. So what we're seeing there, that right there, that dip right there is what I was picking up on. I was a little early on it, but that's what I was picking up on. If we see a recovery, so there's a peak tomorrow. It's hard to determine how much further up we go. There is a peak, like a prominent peak or crest for the month. I think there is possibility that we recover by like the 7th or the 8th, but at end of the day, sorry guys, I have some music in my ear that just popped on. All right. It's hard to say how much further up we go today, but the following day we have a peak that'll stand out on at least the one day it's going to stand out as a peak, and there's a sharp drop off of it. So we probably go. I think we probably go higher before the sharp drop off of the peak. I think we have a little bit higher to go. So we meet this resistance, 3066. We meet that resistance, 3070. It looks like we go to 3076. Do we do it today? 3076. It's a little unclear. Yeah, it looks like we do that by the end of the day. But I don't think we go higher than that. And then we have a decline tomorrow, which yeah, see, there's correlation here. First off, this is an important day based on it appearing as a cross-reading congruency on the July cluster for the 1 year. What am I talking about? Let me show you guys. What's a cross-reading congruency? So a larger time frame reading, the 2023 Bitcoin reading, which, if you're wondering, was created on October 26, 2022 at 10:53 a.m., being used today. So we have the Magus card appearing in the July cluster, which is these 4 cards. They represent July on the 1 year. Very generalized information, but what happened to my other... So it's an important day. I think we probably have a pretty sharp drop, but I don't know if we go lower. Let me see. We don't go much lower than where we already were. There's a this was like the trough here on the fourth, fifth kind of cusp. You see it took place really early in the morning here on the 5th, and so we should have this move back to like around 30.76k, and then a drop, but I don't think we go lower than here on the drop. I don't think we go that low even, and then there's a rally higher. By the end of the day on the 7th, we should have like a fast sudden move higher at the end of a rally there, taking us to a notable peak or crest. Yeah. So there's a bit of a decline on the 6th, and then out of that decline, there's a notable rally into a peak or crest there at the end of the day on the 7th. And you could position yourself, it looks like, in both directions around that peak or crest for some kind of like back and forth behavior over the next few days. It looks like there's an opportunity to close a short position at the end of the day on the 9th, or on the cusp of the 9th, 10th. And then probably hold the long you would just be holding a long position into like later in the month if possible. Hopefully that helps. Hey AV. Thanks guys. Hey Proof. Yeah, so there's a sell-off tomorrow. What time of day is a little difficult because I only have this generalized information. Let me see. Let me see if I can pinpoint where it is. Midnight to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. This is going to take a second, guys. 5 to 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Around 7 p.m. tomorrow. I was looking for that unicursal, and I got that unicursal, what I was looking for, so that's pretty strong confirmation. Around 7 p.m., around 6 to 7 p.m. tomorrow is when we should see a notable sell-off start, at least. Prison slow the moon card. I like it. Thank you guys for the happy birthday wishes. Hey to Braze. Hey Karthikeyan. Appreciate it. Shall we short SPY at the end of the day and close it tomorrow morning? This doesn't delete it on the main chart. At least it didn't used to, so hopefully it still doesn't. But I want to see what I'm looking at here. Alright, so started there. Sorry, we started there. And the question is, shall we short at the end of the day? I think so. Let me look at the daily. So you probably want to short around these levels right here. If you plan to short, I would say you probably want to short around these levels right here. And then close that short. It might not be first thing in the morning, but I think it probably is. It's difficult to determine with a nullified. I still haven't cracked the code on these relativity cards, which is really what the sneak preview cards have become, relativity cards. Where in relation to this reading's close will the following reading's day open? Relativity card. But it's nullified, and those are very difficult to determine. But it looks like it's going to be. Looks like there's a lot of ground covered, so you might get scared early in the morning, in the pre-market, watching this big move to the upside. But this ruin advises not to support, and it takes us into a low there in that first half hour where there's a trade opportunity. I don't think I would want to get into a long position just based on the overall theme being the indolence card. But you could get into another short position. I mean, technically, you could probably get into a long position here in that first half hour when you close the short position, and then we meet a key resistance with a lot of ground covered there to a peak or crest between roughly 10 and 11. You'd close the long position there. And then I'd say open up a short position in the midst of this like significant move higher around 115-ish. Interesting. This is a little interesting here to me. I would say, yeah, it's good for a short position, and I would jump into that like stat because we're gonna turn around here. I see the Hierophant card being a decline, and there you go, we're already doing it. But out of that decline into the close, there's going to be a big move to the upside, so we probably revisit this resistance again. So if you miss the opportunity to get in that up here, could probably still get into a short position here. Oh, I see what's going on here. So, in the midst of this Ace of Wands, rather than closing a long position, we'd want to hold that long position into the following day. It's not a day trade. We'd hold the long position into the following day, and then you could probably still open up a short position here around 1 o'clock ish, and close that short position at the end of the day around the close, and then close the long position around noontime. Okay, so I answered that for you, Tibraze, and then hey Lud Tiffy, Twitter's the most evil thing ever for Tesla stock. It's pretty bad for Tesla, I'd say. My chair's so low to the ground. Oh hey, AV. So guys, if I skipped you, I'll come back to you. Don't worry. I just have to prioritize AV. He's a paid subscriber, so he pays for priority response. Will small caps do well in July, particularly ARKK, TNA, ON? Okay. ARKK. That happened already? All right, cool. It's looking pretty bullish. I'd want to see this 100-day, this white line, this 100-day exponential moving average break through the 200-day exponential moving average. I believe that's what you call a golden cross. It's either that or it's the 50 and the 100-day, but I'd like to see the 100-day breakthrough. But will it do well in July? Significantly well in July. TNA. That one's looking toppy. TNA. How will TNA do in July? Significantly well in July. ON. TNA is going to see a fast, sudden move higher in July. ARKK sees establishment of support, a prominent move higher on a multi-day, and then establishment of support at a higher price level. And this is ON. This one's probably got some room to go. Let's see what the cards say. How will ON do in July? Establishes support, so it's some sideways rotation attempting to establish support probably at these levels. But be careful, there's this gap here. Let's see if the gap is filled in the month of July. Looks like it's filled in the gap of July, so like some real sidewaysy behavior going on there for July for the last one, ON. Hey, it was luck. Stuck in Tesla short, expiring mid-July, best time to exit. Let's take a look. Actually, let's do that. there's that unicursal there. So that's what that ruin was about. This is a lot of ground covered, and we had this gap right into the, like, over the month's cusp. There was this big gap up. I think we probably see that gap covered. I think we probably see that gap covered on the 6th. Either that or there's a notable move to the downside on the 6th. I just pulled the unicursal twice in a row. I mean, there's a unicursal here on the 5th, and I just pulled the unicursal twice in a row to confirm what I was saying. So I would say there's a significant move to the downside there on the 6th. You said they expire mid-July. Like, what's the expiration on those, and what's the strike price? You're welcome, Avi. Proof. How's APE coin and Flow coin look for July? APE coin. It's pretty mixed in July. You could probably position yourself, make some money in either direction, but there's a resistance level in July that's highlighted and a lot of price change back and forth around that resistance level, allowing for one to position themselves in both directions. If you can do that with ApeCoin, I don't know. And then the other one, Flow. How's it looking in July? It's mixed as well in July. It starts out with a rally along a diagonal trend line and ends with a fast sudden move higher through that diagonal, ending that rally, and then a breakdown through that diagonal trend line. Be right back, guys. Okay, Oh, well, the windows are closed, and it's 4th of July kind of holiday, so New York's really quiet during the 4th of July, Robert. It was like we were just taking a look at Tesla. Where did it go? We should have a pretty sharp drop here on the 6th. We should have a pretty sharp drop there on the 6th. I would say if you can wait until the 21st, I'd probably get out on the 21st, but that's after there's a peak or crest on the 13th. If you're trying to get out before the 13th, it's hard to say, like 6th or 7th. Looks like the 6th. Looks like probably tomorrow. Hey, Tarot Traders, you. Happy Wednesday. You did, Karthikeyan? I didn't see any notification of that. Let me see. Oh yeah, no, this subscription is specifically through YouTube. It's a YouTube, yeah, it's $50 a month. It's a YouTube subscription. Hey, Hermes. No barking. No barking. Come on, no barking. Hey, to praise. XTZ coin can go to $6 in 2024. Hermes, no barking. No barking. Sorry, I got my family visiting me. XTZ coin, $6 yes or no in 2024. Whoa, Claire Kinetics. Looks like a yes. Doesn't look like it stays there long though. Expiration, it was like is July 16th. I'd probably get out tomorrow at whatever, tomorrow or on the cusp of the 6th, 7th possibly. Hermes. No barking. Oh yeah, sorry guys. Curious as to analysis of July 16th. Yeah, I'd say get out cusp of if you roll them, you're going to be a happy camper. I would say probably roll those puts. Um, and if you can get out of those on the 21st, awesome. Did you say you had long? Oh, okay, and Meta as well. Oh, hey, AV, PLTR go to $18 by the 14th. I'll come back to that. Will PLTR go to $18 by the 14th? I got a no for that. Will the 13th be Tesla high of the year? Or let's take a look at the 1 year. It doesn't look like it's the high of the year. No. It's pretty mixed over the next couple months. A lot of down, like sharp drops. But there's a high, looks like somewhere around the cusp. There's a high somewhere probably around the end of August. Tesla's a tough one to pick highs and lows because there's so much volatility, like price swing. It's just, whew. So this was what we saw as Universal Energy here in April, right? So we see Universal Energy off a high in July and off of a high in August. I think probably it'll be the highest high thus far in August. Although it's kind of tricky because there's a lowest low within close time proximity to this highest high. They're really close to each other. And then we have possibility of another highest high here around the cusp of October, November, which is probably higher than whatever peak or crest there is here in August. All right, so Meta we're doing. I'm going to close out of Tesla, guys. Too many windows. I was looking at PLTR, though. Yeah, okay, same thing, though. This was the decline. This was the Universal decline in April for Tesla. PLTR also had a decline, coincidentally, but I was looking at the wrong chart. So this is that April decline, the Universal Energy for Tesla. Anyways, let's get into Meta. For Meta, I would say if you can hold that short, probably want to roll that short tomorrow or kind of cover it with some calls or something, because we have this peak or crest here. But as far as the lowest low, we have one on the 17th, and it looks like we decline off of that peak or crest into a low somewhere on the 14th, and then again on the 17th probably. So you might be able to get away with it, but it's really, really risky to be holding, to expect to close out. Like if it's an out of the money short position, I should say, it would be risky to hold it till last day like that. Curious as to analysis on DXY. What do you want to know exactly, Tarot, for Tarot Traders U? DXY for 10-year periods looking pretty solid. I pulled the Magus card for that. Or is that a coin? I guess it's a coin. No. Market data not tracked. Is that what you're talking about? DXY, the coin? Like to pull I just dropped my cards. Sorry, guys. To pull the Magus card for like an overall energy for DXY is pretty dope. I think that's pretty auspicious. Robert, what do you mean outlaw the ovens? Don't fuck with my New York City pizza, man. I'm a pizza aficionado. A connoisseur of pizza. Do you know there's so many pizza shops in Manhattan, or New York City in general? There's so many pizza shops that you could literally eat at a different pizza shop every meal of the day and never eat at the same pizza shop again. That's what they say anyways. I believe it. Especially because some go out of business and new ones open up. No, Karthikeyan, it's not. The subscription that he has is not on the Tarot for Traders website. It's part of YouTube. Let me show you. So right here where it says join, it's this supporter subscription right here. You find it right here under join on website, and there's another one. You can get it through the website as well, but the Investor Profits Court gets you access to all of the paid versions. We get more of that. We get all of that money if you do it through the website, through the all paid version. But you can only get this $50 subscription here on YouTube. Oh, the dollar index. Got you. Okay. I thought maybe... Well, I'm going to keep an eye on that coin that may come out. Is it going higher or lower in July? It looks like it's pretty sideways. Ending to the upside. But it's sideways through July, and then there's like this fast sudden move higher at the end of the sideways movement. All right, well, let me know how that turns out, AV. What are they messing with the pizza ovens about? Yeah, that's okay. It was luck, no worries. Welcome back. ADBE. I, I think I did an Adobe. I might have, or it might have been 2021 or something. Let me take a look. No, no Adobe. Okay, so ADBE. Bullish on Thursday. There's key resistance on Friday. Monday's bearish. Tuesday's bearish. Wednesday's a pretty big move to the upside out of a decline. Thursday's volatile but ends to the upside. Friday's bullish. That's Adobe for next week in the next couple of days. They're probably... Oh, BRKB? BRKB. Kind of sidewaysy tomorrow, maybe with a more move to the upside. Friday's a rally that precedes a decline. Monday we have sideways rotational on key support. A lot of price change on Tuesday, looks like to the upside. Wednesday's a big move down. Friday, in the midst of a decline, there's an opportunity to open up a long position, and then we have the fortune card on... Sorry, Thursday, in the midst of a decline, there's an opportunity to open up a long position, and then on Friday we have the fortune card, which is probably a notable reversal there to the upside, an opportunity to make some money. Yeah, so tarot traders, they're probably disagreeing because I'm seeing sidewaysy behavior. So when you have sideways behavior, you're getting kind of energies in both directions conflicting each other, and it makes it kind of difficult to determine. And a lot of people think in either or terms. When I first started reading, I used to think in either or terms. And I came to realize that when I couldn't determine either or, it was for a reason. It was because it's doing sideways or it's doing a lot of back and forth price swinging. Is July bullish by the 17th? Looks like yes. Hold on a sec. Let me do that over. It's looking bearish into the 17th, 18th. Is it bullish by the 28th? I gotta know. Yeah, well, I think it's because there's just the smoke from Canada wouldn't be such a big deal in New York City if the air wasn't already so saturated. The smoke from Canada is just like a 1-2 KO punch for our air. It's like ridiculous. So they're probably looking for ways to cut out any other, any extras because they can't control Canada. Carthaginian BA next few days. Tomorrow's Bound by a Range. Big fast sudden move higher on Friday. Where's BA? Monday we have another move higher. Tuesday, a lot of ground covered. Looks like it's mixed. Wednesday, another move to the upside. Thursday, we kind of peak off. Friday, we revisit a support level that we met that was recently a past opportunity. All right, with that said, guys, I'm going to roll. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, wait, there's one more. Apple decline will end on July 6th or 7th. That's the last question, guys. That's the last question. I got to go after this, but let's take a look at Apple real quick. Sometimes I forget what month we're in because I do so many different months. And the question is July 6th, 7th. I think it ends on the 7th, but there's a fast move to the upside at the end of the day on the 7th. All right, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to follow that rule of karma. Super important for the channel. Super important for your own your own karma. And you do that here on the resources tab. 5% of the profits should be donated to one of these charities. 5% of the profits back to the channel. That leaves you with 90%. Make sure to spend it out of love, and the universe is going to send it back to you tenfold.